So, what do you guys think of that crazy trailer? Is this something that's going to get you out your feet? Is this the hero that the MCU wanted? Is this the MCU biggest star? Can she kick Thor's ass? The crawls, the screen. What the hell?
The crawls,
Crawlers?
the crawls and the screen, the Kree, the most brilliant name because it's creation, the creators of some of the greatest stuff at Marvel.
The
It's
aliens.
so brilliant.
I
to
actually
just
I
chop
always
it.
thought they named them after the Indian nation, the Kree. I always
could be.
thought that's who they came.
I think they came up with that.
I just think of sort of Stan Lee, the way he works, he sort of simplifies things. So it sounds like since they were very much creators in the Marvel universe and that sort of thing, and genetic.
Got it. So, what do you think of the video? What do you think of the
I will let Cal go first.
Oh man, I'm getting ready to pass. Oh, okay, I'm gonna take it. I'm
You're gonna pee
pass it
yourself
back.
because it was that good?
Are you kidding me?
No,
I just okay. I hate to say this, but so far looking at this, I'm bored. I'm just not interested at this point. I'm just not.
How?
It's-
I mean, you have her falling from space. You see scrolls coming out of the water.
I'm seeing
you see an old lady getting her
because
ass
I'm
whooped.
seeing
You see-
tidbits. I'm seeing tidbits of stuff that I've seen before in some of the other films. I'm seeing a bit Captain America, a bit Guardians of the Galaxy, and the hardest part for me to get over is that Carol Danvers for me has always been Ms. Marvel. If this was a Ms. Marvel film,
Yes.
I think I'd be warmer to it.
Yes.
But I never warmed up to her being Captain Marvel. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
Marvel, Captain Marvel, Janice Marvel, even Monica Rambeau, who I would have said, hey, great, because she was Captain Marvel and from
So
a
what's
totally
the
different
distinction?
line. But here is just, I'm just not warming up. I'm just not warming up to it.
What's the distinction?
Between
Captain Marvel and and Danvers. Ms.
Because
Marvel.
it was also never passed on from Marvel to Carol Danvers. I think in the death of Captain Marvel, I don't think she was in the book.
she wasn't.
So it's like
She's not even there.
and she's the seventh Captain Marvel in the Marvel universe. They
Right.
had a slew of them before she got them, and that's not including like the original Captain Marvel
The
in
original,
Fawcett.
the one and only.
And this would make her ninth because also Michael Jordan was also initially called Captain Marvel before they got Air Jordan. So that's 9 Captain Marvels before Carol Danvers got it. She was also she also had other names. She had Binary.
Right.
She had Warbird, which was
Right.
the worst name ever.
Yeah.
So it's like
Her history is like real. If you read the comics, her history is really garbled. There's like a whole bunch of stuff that happened to her, and retroactively they look at, oh, it's terrible, but a bunch of bad stuff has just happened to characters all across. It doesn't matter if you're a top tier or lower tier. You can be Superman, Captain Marvel, Captain America. Bad stuff just happens. That's just because you have so many different writers coming on.
for me, the trailer was exciting. It had a lot of visual stuff. It added a lot of the story that's going to be there. It set you up where the story is going to go. We got to see some of the Kree. We got to see the Skrulls, as was said. But then I'm watching it and I'm saying, why did she lose her memory? And they had this bit, and I'm saying to myself, why did she lose her memory?
Because
Yeah.
they borrowed Marvel's storyline.
Well, let's not go to that yet, because I was looking at it and I was thinking, this reminds me of another movie.
Oh no. Oh no.
Yes, it does.
Oh,
And
no.
It reminds me
Oh,
of The
don't,
Long
don't,
Kiss Goodnight.
There we go.
With Sam Jackson,
Or
of
he-
a woman who loses her memory but has this backstory of being this agent. Just like Captain Marvel. She has this history. They're showing us this is the backstory, and we see.
I'll give you one that's even closer.
Which
Okay,
one?
What was another film? It was a Marvel film where we had a character who loses, memory is lost, okay, but also has the backstory of a soldier.
What movie is
Bucky Barnes, Winter Soldier. We already saw that with the Captain America
Mm-hmm.
film.
that? Well, it's.
Well, I can see the Long Kiss Goodnight, especially you have Samuel L. Jackson in it.
Yes.
By the
They
way,
had them driving in
Long
the
Kiss
car.
Goodnight was an excellent movie.
It was.
Gina Davis.
Shane
And they're
Shane
borrowing
Black.
heavily from it. Look, I'm still hopeful for the film that I'll go, see stuff.
You gotta go. You gotta
especially
go.
if Marvel is I need to see some sort of connection between the overall story, because if this becomes Guardians of the Galaxy where she's abducted and experimented on, which is something
But
from the
that's
comic.
what they did to her.
But 20 years
literally-
ago, the whole idea is she's been off Earth, and then she comes back and she's like, oh my God, cell phones. This wasn't here when, I was here 20 some odd years ago, and the people do that nonsense. You haven't aged a day. But, Nick Fury is bald now with an eye patch, Showtime. That'll be a little bit harder for me to swallow because, again, there are some decent storylines you can actually take from Captain Marvel. Unfortunately, too many of them have been married off to, the Thanos storyline got married off, and the other ones got married off to Guardians of the Galaxy. So I just really want to see something over here. that is in tune with the things that I liked about the character, and that's Captain Marvel.
No. So what did you think of the trailer?
I thought the trailer was great. You know, I thought it was a very good setup for the character.
I'm
Just
shocked.
with a Bill background. You know, I like the blockbuster scene. You know, a little reminiscence of the '80s. I'm not a big fan of going back in time. I hate going back. All these films are being set in period pieces. Let's just go forward. But hey, this is what they have to do. This is what they have to do.
That
That's
was
not my
something.
big thing.
Also, the whole thing with Blockbuster. Man, Blockbuster was just a few years ago. They're
I
making
know.
it seem like Blockbuster was this thing in the ancient times.
There's
you
still
know,
some when you go out of NYC.
I mean, look, whether they want to say it or not, this film has some really, it has like a high standard to me, okay? And they did that to themselves because this is like, it's a Marvel film, first female Marvel film. Wonder Woman already came out. Is it going to work? They're going to hype this
And it's
one
connected. And it's connected to the Infinity War. So
Right,
this is
because
something you
Samuel
have
L.
to see.
Jackson, I mean, that was a big deal. What did he do? He saw everything going to hell, and who's he calling for? He's calling for Captain Marvel. Okay, so now
Yeah.
we want to see some stuff coming over here.
Okay, listen. So we've digressed as usual beyond the thing, but I hope you've learned a lot about Captain Marvel, Marvel, Ms. Marvel, and Shazam. Spinner Rack, go watch this movie whenever you can. Out.